Julio Cesar Martinez came back last night against Gerardo Valenzuela, and the fight turned out to be pretty tough, as I expected. Martinez went up in weight for this fight after his suspension. He's been out for a year for his suspension against Cordova, and he lost last night. TKO in the 8th round, and he had an arm injury. And what I would like to note is the round before that, he had actually lost. And it seemed like the guy he was fighting was starting to pour it on a lot more because he wasn't able to do anything with this guy. I don't know about the weight last night. Martinez was fighting at 112 as the last fight. So from what I've heard and the information I've gotten, Martinez had went from 112 to 126. I'll repeat that. Julio Cesar Martinez went from 112 to 126. They say he was fighting at featherweight last night. So just coming off a suspension and failing a PED test, he's now fighting at 126. And he couldn't finish the fight last night because he had an arm injury. And people will say, oh, that's not a big deal. Yeah, when you're using pads and stuff like that, it's usually hard to get those arm injuries. You usually don't see a guy who has arm injuries like the one that Martinez had last night. You don't usually see guys on pads get those. And could that make a difference? Who knows? But I know one thing, he doesn't look like the same he did last year. The dude's in the 12th round letting his hands go. Last night he looked sluggish. He didn't look like himself. He got beat by a huge underdog. It was his first fight since the suspension. This is bad for Eddie Reynoso and a lot of those fighters, especially out of Mexico, because you have other Mexican fighters who aren't really juicing, and they're getting overlooked as well because the guys who are juicing are beating the crap out of them, and it's not a fair fight to begin with. So in this whole situation, man, this is a very bad look for Team Canelo and Eddie Reynoso. And there's some other news coming out about the Eddie Reynoso situation and whatever, but Martinez suffering this loss last night, it's going to be bad for his career. I don't know if Reynoso or anybody was in his corner. I have to go back and look. As far as I know, I didn't see a trainer or anything. I wasn't really paying attention. But we're going to see, man. We're definitely going to see the situation with Martinez. Doesn't seem like he has any guys like Reynoso or anybody in his corner, so I don't see any Reynoso in his corner or anything like that. So yeah, Martinez getting this stoppage like this because of his arm being injured. It's not a good look for him, man. Not a good look for him. Definitely not a good look. This is a guy who needs to be in this fight and be active. If he gets another arm injury, that's another year off. And as far as I know, Martinez, and the guy he lost to was 22 years old, so he lost to a young buck. Martinez is 30 years old. And yeah, that was a bad loss for him last night because after coming off a performance where you dominated another guy who was undefeated, and then a champion, then you come out and you do stuff like this. It's bad. And the last fight was a no contest. And then the guy Cordova, who he fought one time since the Martinez fight, but that's about it. So yeah, this is a very bad look, man, for him. He needed to come out and perform very well at a higher weight class. Bigger weight, no PEDs, look sluggish, arm injury. Worst case scenario, a lot of guys getting exposed right now, to be honest with you.